So am I gonna? Okay, let's go ahead and move on. It is Tuesday. That means it's news day. So we have a little bit of news to talk about. And I'm gonna shoot to our news correspondent, Jake Berlin.
I mean, it's not really Tuesday news day. It's not why we're here.
News
We're gonna get to.
I'm trying to make the most of a 3-man show, right?
We're gonna get to our because obviously the thumbnail says it. We're doing the Breakfast Club recasting fantasy draft. That'll be coming up in the next 10 to 15 minutes. I wanted to plug this in because it's a very big news story, and it's gonna come back around again very soon on this channel because we're actually gonna rank his movies, his Warner Brothers films. But there was some news recently about Christopher Nolan's because Christopher Nolan is no longer going to be working with Warner Brothers after the move that they pulled with HBO Max. He did not agree with it, so he's currently shopping his film. It seems like Universal might be the landing spot for where he's going to go, but that now all depends on the demands that he has given the studio for his upcoming project. And so here is the current list of reported, again, not official, but reported things that were said Christopher Nolan demanded for a studio in his upcoming film. 1, he wants a $100 million budget. 2, he wants $100 million towards marketing. 3, he wants 100% creative control. 4, he does not want the studio to release any major film within 3 weeks of his film, either before or after. And finally, he wants his film to be in theaters for 100 plus days. And so a lot of hundreds in there, very, very big numbers. And look, this is really the first time that we've ever seen this happen, or this is obviously, or maybe come to light from a director to a studio. And I get it. Nolan is Nolan, and he's made some incredibly powerful films, and his films are event films, and they're one of a kind. But this might be a little outlandish. A little.
This guy thinks he can do whatever the hell he wants. You've made some good movies, but you've also made some stinkers. Like Tenet was not. I haven't seen it, but
I don't think he's made a stinker. But underwhelming films for sure.
Well,
he's never made a rotten film on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay, so
I don't like Dark Knight Rises that much, to be honest.
Someone is going to be dumb enough to obviously do this. Someone will do it. And see, now I think someone will do it. Someone will be like, okay. But this dude, make your own company then. He wants, yeah, exactly what I was just about to say. He wants 100% control of everything. And it's just like
James Wan had 100% control over *Malignant*.
Yeah, but that also wasn't like this guy want. Who does?
That was a low budget film, though. *Malignant*.
I know.
Yeah.
The 100 Days.
Ooh, you guys aren't gonna like what I have to say.
Nothing around his movie for 3 weeks. Get out of here! So basically, he wants a whole month of just his movie for that company. Bro, your movies aren't gonna bring in $1 billion every single time. Has he done $1 billion since one of the Dark Knight movies?
I don't think so, but they gotten up there though, like 700, 800 million.
Yeah, I don't know. Tenet, you can.
I don't think we need to reach $1 billion. I think if he reached upwards of 700, then.
Well, if he's only asking for 100 million budget, that's actually modest to be on in today's blockbusters.
Yeah, Endgame was 250 million for the.
Yeah, that's fine. His level of movie, I think he should be allowed to have the 100 million. That's fine. I don't have any problem with that. My stuff lies with mostly the 3-week block off because
I'm not a big fan of that part of it.
You are then stopping them from making money outside of your movie. So your movie better be number one at the box office every single one of those weeks. Otherwise, you are now dragging money that they could be making. I mean, do I doubt that he will not be number one when his movie goes out? No, it probably will be, unless it's going up against something insane.
But number one could be $40 million, though. Who knows? You know?
Okay,
Yeah.
so real quick, I want to intervene quickly just to put this stat out there. So I'm going to exclude Tenet because it didn't have
it's not fair.
the normal run. Since Batman Begins, he hasn't had a movie that's made less than $530 million at the box office. Batman Begins made $370. Both Dark Knight movies made over $1 billion. Interstellar made $700, and Inception made $840.
What has he made after? What is the movies that have been after the last Batman movie?
Interstellar, Dunkirk, and Tenet.
What did Dunkirk make?
About 540, 550.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, because it's not a worldwide appeal.
No, it was a war film, and war films.
It's tough. Well, look, all right. I agree with Brian on the 3 weeks before, 3 weeks after. Look, I understand he doesn't want major competition for his films, but they wouldn't release a fast movie in that same time frame anyway. They would try to avoid that. So they would be releasing maybe one of their animated films or something like that. But other than that, I don't mind these requests. If can you guys clarify, didn't Universal agree to this or no? Are they negotiating?
I would have to double check, but I think they might just be in negotiations.
I mean, you have to think of it this way. There's no way Disney's going to go along with this.
I'm pretty sure that
Warner Brothers is out. That leaves what? Sony
or Paramount. Neither of them have the money. So
Lionsgate.
Lionsgate probably wouldn't have the money. It's Universal.
Probably.
It's Universal.
I mean, any studio has the money. It depends if they want to take the risk. But I just think, they all borrow the money anyway. But I don't mind $100 million budget because most of his the movies that he's going to make these days are going to be in the $100 million range. $100 million in marketing.
That's honestly for his movies. That's a low budget for Christopher Nolan.
It is.
That's what I was actually kind of thinking too.
Look at the movies he's made, like Inception, Interstellar. Look at Tenet. Those require a lot of special effects.
I'm pretty sure they spend nearly $100 million on marketing anyway.
Hold on. I'm going to look up some budgets real quick.
For a film like Tenet. And then honestly, he already has 100% creative control. So the only things he's demanding outside of that is the 3 weeks before and after, which that's kind of ridiculous. But the 100 plus days in theater, which is a new thing because he wouldn't have had to do that before. I believe it used to be 90 days or something.
I was going to say, what before pandemic?
It used to be 90. I'm pretty sure.
90?
Do you want? Yeah. So, do you guys want to know how much Tenet cost?
Oh, I'm sure it costs
probably a lot. Budget.
Probably,
it's the highest. It's its highest budget since.
Good guess.
Hold on. It's his highest budget on a film since The Dark Knight Rises. Tenet cost $200 million on a budget.
Oh my goodness!
The Dark Knight Rises was $250.
You know, like that plane shot where the plane crashes into the hangar. So I think that was a practical shot.
It was.
Yeah. So he's spending. I don't know which costs more, the practical to do it practically or.
Well, it depends on how many times you got to shoot it. That's like 6 planes.
Oh my God, I never thought about that. They definitely didn't get it right on the first try. Look, I don't think this is crazy, but I do. Look, we know Nolan's like this, so I don't think it's surprising.
Look, I'm going to say this. So I'm with you. I think the 3 weeks before and after thing is a little ridiculous, but when I think back to it, Christopher Nolan's movies always owned the beginning of July. The beginning / middle of July, always. And studios knew that it was a Christopher Nolan film, so they stayed away from it. It's really not that far out of the realm of possibility that happens because no one's going to want to go up against a Christopher Nolan film. They're not. They know what kind of money his movies make. They are shot for IMAX. They're shot for big screens. They're shot for experiences. He gets really big actors involved. He tells the gigantic stories that are truly one of a kind. The rest of it, I don't know what people spend on marketing. $100 million could be a lot. I'm not sure. The 100 plus days in theaters for me might be a little ridiculous because if movie seasons get back to normal, then that might be stretching it. That's over 3 months in theaters. That's a long time.
You have to make money on the Blu-rays and stuff. So I mean,
that's a long time, and most of the time, movies don't stay in the first spot of the box office for more than like 3 or 4 weeks, unless it's a very rare film.
Yeah.
So if there's more that comes out around it, that 100 days in theaters, that's the one that like they should never guarantee, because that probably will never happen. The rest of it's like whatever. Just like if he gets $100 million for a budget, that's nothing compared to his previous movies. Interstellar is 170, 165. Dunkirk was
I'm sure the
near
contract is
150.
at least $100 million.
So it's
Yeah.
I mean, look, if there's any director out there, Christopher Nolan's going to get it. The movie just needs to be good. He needs to stop telling stories that are confusing as fuck.
I'm guessing you saw Tenet.
Yeah, I watched it last year, and I was like, okay, I don't need to watch that again because I don't know what the hell is happening.
Yeah, it's interesting. I need to watch it with subtitles on, and maybe
maybe
I'll figure it out.
Brian, we're on Christopher Nolan. We haven't done Breakfast Club yet, so stay tuned.
No,
about 5 minutes.
Talking about Christopher Nolan's demands. I think that
Nolan for Breakfast Club. No way.
Yeah,
I just caught that.
No, thank you.
It is a Universal property too, which is funny.
It is.
I think for me, I could care less about everything else other than that 3 week before and after. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah, and it would just be that studio's movie, so Disney could still drop, Captain America 4 right before.
So
Nolan's
I would say this. I would say I understand 3 weeks after. I don't understand 3 weeks before, because the second his movie comes out, it's the movie to see.
What? You're right. I mean, I guess he's saying he doesn't want them in theaters at the same time.
I'm fine if he was like, okay, I don't want a movie coming out 3 weeks after my movie's release. But 3 weeks before is like almost like a weird proposition, because
that doesn't make
once
sense.
his movie comes out, everyone's gonna go see his movie.
Yeah.
And they're not going to release Jurassic World or F10.
And that's also a huge giant fact right there. What's up, Tim? That's also a big gigantic fact too, because that's what's made his movie so confusing.
Well, here's my thing with it too, is with that 3 weeks. Say so he doesn't want any of their.
He did write Tenet by himself. Interesting.
So say he doesn't want any of that studio's movies to be out 3 weeks before. What if they dropped a movie a month before his movie? Does he expect him to only let it be in theaters for a week? I
think he means release date, like not in theaters, is what I'm guessing.
I have a feel. Look, we're talking about this in the sense of like. Like Christopher Nolan doesn't want to make his movie unless these demands are met. Like, I imagine the guy's actually a pretty good dude. He's a great filmmaker. Tim's right. He needs to have a co-writer on his films to kind of bring his head back to earth, where people like us are trying to enjoy a movie rather than go to math class. Anyway,
why didn't his brother help with Tenet?
Yeah, I just want to be able to come out of his movies going like, oh,
I want the Interstellar effect where I was blown away by the movie, but I was thinking about it for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, trying to figure it out, but not to a complex way where I still have no idea what Tenet was about. Like I want to be able to think and try to figure it out. And okay, even a better understanding, the Inception effect, where it's left open-ended for me to decide. Right?
Or like Inception, the ending.
That's what I just said.
Oh, did you? I thought you said Interstellar.
I said Interstellar, then Inception. Okay. I loved it when he made movies that were extremely complex and they made you think, and your mind was kind of like twisting and turning as you're watching. And then you walk out and you're like talking with friends like, okay, this is what I understood. Let's piece this together.
But you know what's funny? When I watched Tenet, everybody was like kind of quiet leaving the theater because nobody knows what to say.
Yeah, anyway.
I don't want to leave his movie going.
Huh?
Yeah.
In order to like feel that special like twist or whatever it is, you have to be able to follow along the whole time, So yeah, we'll see. I still believe in the guy, so I'm I'm sure he has something big
Oh,
planned.
I
going forward,
think
yeah.
he's going to go down as one of the best filmmakers ever, and I think what he
Yeah.
does is great. I want him to just scale back a tiny bit.
Yeah, I agree.
Give him Superman. See what he does with it.
Well, he executive produced Man of Steel, so I don't think he wanted to touch anything more DC for a while.
Comic book
That's
or
true.
pre-existing properties. Yeah.
Hey, Marvel's here.
Give him something like what's something that's been total crap in the comic book genre that needs like a full revamp, like a Ninja Turtles. Give him a Ninja Turtles movie.
That would be crazy. Oh
want him
my
to.
goodness.
Give Christopher Nolan a Transformers movie.
There we go. Perfect match.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
I would.
Look, everyone's just yelling at me. Okay, we need to move on.
Bumblebee 2. Bumblebee 2 there.
I think